It's wash day. So let's do something with this. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and detangle my hair with my detangling brush. I do this on dry hair because dry hair is actually stronger than wet hair. So I'm just gonna go through and I start at the bottom and work my way up. And I do the same thing on the other side and I make sure that I keep going until all the tangles are out. And now my hair isn't very tangly this morning because I did do this yesterday. It's probably been about 4 or 5 days since I washed it last, so I kind of got lazy and pushed it out a little bit further than I normally do. And what I tend to do is in between wash days, after I've started putting my hair up in a ponytail or a bun and I'm not really caring so much what it looks like anymore, is I will detangle and then put it back up in a bun. And what that does is, first of all, it helps to remove all of the shed hairs that have been accumulating and starting to cause kind of a mat up near my scalp. But it also then helps to bring all the oil from my scalp down through the rest of my hair. I have a very oily scalp, and so doing this can really help to condition my hair, since your own natural sebum is the best conditioner for your hair. So I will do this in between wash days if I stretch it out and bring all that oil down and then put my hair back up in a bun and leave it sit there in its own oils and getting nicely conditioned. And we're done detangling, so let's go ahead and pick out some products, and I'm going to do so right on camera so I can talk you through why I'm picking out the products that I'm picking and why I'm combining the products that I'm combining. So come along with me. Here we are at my product stash. I know I want some volume, but also I really want some hold for a change. So lately I've been doing a really lazy summer routine, and I'm going to go ahead and put a card for that right up here. And it's been a nice, really quick, easy way to do my hair, but it doesn't give me nearly enough hold. So I do want to add some more hold back to my hair because I'm kind of tired of the fluffy, kind of blown out, not really done type hair. So like I said, I want to start with some volume. So I'm going to use this full body thickening lotion. I really like this one and haven't used it in quite some time. So we're going to go ahead and put that on my hair, and it does help give a lot of volume, and I really like the results that I get from this. It's just nice and lightweight. So I'm gonna do that. And then combined with this, I'm gonna do a stronger holding gel. And one that always holds really well for me is the Kinky Curly Curling Custard. Let me just move everything out of the way. So I'm gonna do Kinky Curly Curling Custard. I love this one. The only thing I don't love about it is the fragrance lingers for quite some time, but that's okay. I haven't used it in a long time, and I really do love the results that I get. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab that. And lately I've been trying out a bunch of sea salt sprays, and I've tried the salty, I've tried the surf spray, and I've got a couple up here that I haven't tried. And even though this is partially gone, I haven't tried this one. I tried it on my older son's hair and he really likes it. He has really fine hair, so I gave him some of this one. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab that one and try that one as well. And that is the Redken Beach Spray. And I think this should be it. These 3 products here, plus I'll use a hairspray, but I'll show you that later. And then of course I'll be adding in some type of serum, but I'll show you that later as well, because those products are kept on my bathroom counter. So the next time I'll see you, I will have washed hair and we'll get started on applying these products. Fresh, clean hair, so much better. Let's get started doing my hair, and I'm gonna start with a product that I actually didn't talk about when I was selecting my products, and I'm gonna be putting in a leave-in conditioner, and I'm gonna use the Evolvh Smart Start. And I'm using this because it is a lightweight leave-in conditioner. It's a spray, and as you can see, it's literally just watery. And so I'm just going to apply that to my hair. It offers heat protection and UV protection, plus giving me a little bit of extra conditioning without it being too much, because I really don't need a lot of conditioner. What I mostly want is slip, and then I also want the UV and heat protectant. And I always like to just spray things for the most part in my hands first before running it through my hair, especially if it's a product that I'm applying before I brush style my hair. And then I'm just using my detangling brush to quickly, evenly distribute it throughout my hair. And now I'm going to apply the Curlsmith Full Body Thickening Lotion. And like I said, I'm going to apply this like I would a curl cream. So I'm doing it in sections, and I'm starting off with the section from ear to ear, and then I do 2 other sections. So I'm starting off with just a very small amount. I just did 2 pumps to get started, and I'll put that in. And if I need more, I will add more. And then 2 pumps for the other side. And now I'm switching to my styling brush, and I just brush it through really quickly to, again, evenly distribute. I do a lot of brushing. I do not follow the curly rule to not brush your hair. I break it all over the place. Oh, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience. And on this channel, I use those 20 years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. Now that that's evenly distributed, I'm gonna go ahead and start further sectioning my hair into vertical sections, and then brushing through on both sides to smooth it out, and then adding some tension by turning my brush towards my face, and then also trapping my hair in between my brush and my finger, which creates some tension. And that's gonna help my hair clump together and get those curls started. And I kind of give it a little bit of shake to allow it to break up into the clumps that it's going to break up into. And once I've gone all the way around and brush styled, I'm going to go ahead and grab my hair and pile it into my hand and give it a little bit of a squeeze just to help encourage those curls and waves to form. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side over here. Lift it up and give a gentle squeeze. I don't do a ton of scrunching, and I definitely don't do any kind of violent scrunching because that's gonna create frizz. This kind of helps to get things going without creating a ton of frizz. And now I'm just gonna continue that whole process on the next 2 sections. So the next section will be around the middle section here and then the top section. And as I'm brushing out, I'm always brushing out at a 90-degree angle from my head. And this is to keep my hair from getting completely stuck and flat to my head. It'll help create a little bit of lift and volume. I'm just gonna continue on with that. That's all applied, so now it's time to put in the Kinky Curly Curling Custard. And this is really, really thick. And I find that this goes in a lot better if my hair is really wet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get it a little bit more wet with my spray bottle. And then also before I take some of the curling custard, I do spray my hand with some water. Then I take about that much, kind of a decent sized blob. So that much. And I emulsify the water and the curling custard together in between my hands and drop some on the floor. And then this makes it much easier to distribute through my hair. And I glaze it over, and I kind of bring my fingers a little bit in between the curl clumps, but I'm not raking through. I'm just kind of allowing the hair to move in between them so that I can make sure that all of my hair strands are evenly coated with the curling custard. And I also scrunch it in too. And with whatever is left on my hands, I will bring up to the top because I do want some gel up there as well. I just don't want a ton of it up there. And then we're gonna do the same exact process on the other side. So I sprayed some water on my hand and I'm trying to get some of the curling custard out. Another blob, emulsify between my hands, glaze it over, bring my fingers kind of in between the curl clumps, scrunch, pat a little bit up at the top, more scrunching. And then at this point, if I feel like I need a little bit more anywhere else, I'll go ahead and take a little bit more and follow the same process and just apply it anywhere that I feel like I don't have enough. And for me, this usually winds up being this section back here. For whatever reason, I usually miss it or just don't get enough in the first time around. So I just go back and reapply. And with that in, I go ahead and flip my head forward and I scrunch up at my roots from underneath. And this is gonna help encourage root lift, volume, and some root curl to develop without causing frizz because you're doing it from underneath instead of on the top of your hair. That's done, so now it's time to put in the Redken Beach Spray, and I'm gonna give this a shake before spraying it on because that's what the directions say to do. And then I'm just gonna spray around all over. And then, as I said previously when I was picking out products, that I was gonna add in some hairspray, and I'm gonna use the Rizos Curls Volumizing Hairspray because I want volume and hold. This does both. It's a really great hairspray. And I like to put hairsprays in my hair while it's wet before I diffuse, because the hairspray is gonna help hold my hair in place while I'm drying it so that I don't get as much frizz. So I'm gonna go ahead and diffuse my hair, and I'll be right back to show you the results and then scrunch out the crunch, because this will definitely have a crunch because that's what the Kinky Curly Curling Custard does. Be right back. Okay, my hair is now dry and I definitely have a cast, and some of it came out throughout the diffusing process, which is fine. And so it's time to scrunch out the rest. But before we do, let's take a look at the frizz situation. I have very minimal frizz. I've got some decent curls and waves happening up closer to my scalp, so that's all good. So with everything looking really good, let's just go ahead and get 1 pump of Verb Ghost Oil, and I'm going to first apply it to my hair to make sure it's evenly distributed throughout and seal everything in and also protect my hair. And then with the small amount that's left, which isn't much, I'm just gonna go ahead and start scrunching out the crunch. And now for a bit of a fluff. Here's the finished results. I've got some nice soft curls now that the crunch is all scrunched out. And I definitely have a lot more hold than what I have been having lately. So that's nice. And I've got some nice bounce and some shine and definition, and I'm really liking everything. Except I think I need a haircut because everything is getting really heavy in through here. So I think I need to give myself a haircut. But beyond that, everything else is looking really good. And it's actually gotten a little bit cooler out today, so I might actually leave my hair down instead of throwing it up like what I have been doing lately. So I will be back on here tomorrow to show you how well everything held up through tonight and then sleeping, and let you see what that looks like. So I will see you tomorrow. Hello, it is day 2, and let's take a look at what I've got here. So as you can see, I still have minimum frizz, which is great, and my hair definitely held up better with this routine than what it has been with my lazy summer routine. So I'm pretty happy with that. I do have some nice defined curls here and there. I do also have some stretched out curls and waves and whatnot, but this would actually be really easy to kind of perk back up and refresh a little bit. I could very easily just hit it with a steamer and get some of this back, or I could wet it down and mix it with some of the gel that I used yesterday, the Kinky Curly Curling Custard, and do that and then diffuse it and get it back, which I might do, except for it might show up in a short instead of in this video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, overall this is not looking too bad and could be very easily salvaged with minimal amount of effort. And I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a fluff here just to see if we can get any kind of volume. So that gave me a little bit more volume. It also increased the wonkiness a little bit. So yeah, I think if I were to leave this down, I would probably have to refresh it. And I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna leave it down or if I'm just gonna throw it up in a ponytail. That's what I've been doing for the most of the summer, is ponytail or bun. I just can't stand leaving it down. So it may not be worth it to refresh it. And my hair is definitely in need of a haircut, and that'll probably help as well. It'll help perk it all up. So I might have to do that one of these days. So yeah, overall, not too horrible, not too great. Held up better than what I've been doing. Not good enough for what I was hoping for. So back to the drawing board, and I'll have to figure out what my hair is demanding of me now as far as hold. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.